Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today we're going to be talking about clump style bonsais. I have two in the pre-bonsai clump style phase, and I have one that I'm going to be planting for you today. So that's all coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. Have the river birch grouping that I was telling you about. So there are 7 of these trees, 7 river birches, and I pruned them hard in the middle of April. Cut them down, chopped them down, defoliated, and you can see they rebudded very nicely. Lots of nice healthy leaves. They're growing. The moss, it's half dead, half alive, but that's not important. And about 2 weeks ago, I planted 3 of these arbor vitae seedlings that I grew from seed. Those were grown from seed on 12/1, and these river birch were grown from seed on 12/1. Something I wasn't expecting in this planting, which is the coolest part of it, is right here. That is a baby maple tree. I'm not sure which type yet, but a seed just fell, kind of dug into the soil, and here I go. I have another tree in my forest. So what's cooler than that? I'm psyched. It actually happened in a couple other containers where we got volunteer little maple trees growing up, which, hey, I would be doing it anyway, so that makes my life easier. Okay, so now over to the grouping that I just planted. Have you guessed what this is yet? So this is a red gum tree. And I thought I only had 3, so I was going to throw them in this cool terracotta pot that I just got. and then it came down to I had 4, and Chinese and Japanese folklore, which is where bonsai comes from, 4 is very unlucky, so I didn't mess with it. Plus, I like the 3s anyway, so I kept one little runt, one medium size, and then the dominant tree in the group planting. And then you see I didn't want to mess with the roots because they're so young. They're germinated additionally on 12-1. I did everything on 12-1 pretty much. So I didn't want to mess with them and separate them. So I just used these rocks to directionally aim the trunks so that they'll grow outwards, and then they can get funky and do their thing from there, and we'll see where they take it. But that's how I do things. I don't wire at all. I use rocks or other plants or where the sun's coming up to directionally prune and grow. So that's what I do. I don't do wiring. So this is the single. I had an extra terracotta pot laying around, which is actually a rarity because it's my favorite. So anytime I have one, I usually fill it up quickly. All right, so we're gonna head inside and take a look at one more grouping that I have, and that'll be all I have for you today. Just like those eucalyptus or red gum trees that I just planted, these blue jacaranda, they're all gonna be indoor trees. So I just was like, I never see deciduous groupings, or maybe I never looked for them, or plantings. So I just wanted to. So I went with a tropical setting. There are 5 trees in here, nice odd number. Got this main one growing up nice and tall. And then you'll see already such unique trunks coming up. This one, that grows sideways. Sideways, its first 2 inches, and then it comes up. I think this is gonna be really interesting. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it in this little pot. 12-1, 18. Oh, I had a giant sequoia in there that must have died. So where's the other label? There we go. Yeah, blue jacaranda grouping. Cool, so I don't know how long I'll be able to keep it in this little guy, but believe it or not, about a month ago, they were, I don't know, 1/5 of this size. They really have taken off. And I thought I was going to end it with showing you all that one, but it just made me think of my black locust. So stand by, one more species of trees to look at. This is actually the seed tray that I germinated these in. I had black locust and crepe myrtle. So there's a crepe myrtle right there. Doesn't look like much yet. And then the rest of these, maybe there's a couple more crepe myrtles in there. The rest of these, I don't even know how many, are all black locusts. And the coolest part about this, I mean, look how amazing that forest is. I'm going to leave it as a forest, as a black locust forest with a couple of crepe myrtles thrown in there. This will probably be an indoor planting. And the coolest thing about this, why I'm so impressed with it, is these were literally all twigs because they were severely attacked by spider mites. And they were completely defoliated and chopped down. And for a couple weeks, they didn't look like they were going to survive at all. And now here we are, a month and a half later. Boom, boom, full forest again. So I know it's just in a plastic seed tray, but as black locusts do, this thing is they're gonna crawl and curl and get all gnarly and together, and that's what I'm hoping for. At least, so look for that one in the future too. So that'll do it for the clumpings, groupings, forests. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for another episode of Jarhead Bonsai. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Check back on this playlist in about 6 months. I'll probably do another one to give you the update. Have a great day.